Last Thursday, we had issues with the pH value of the PBS that we made that arose when the remaining water was added. So we tested why we were getting these discrepancies by attempting to measure the pH of the distilled water, using a pH meter and pH paper slips. Unfortunately, neither worked. The pH meter was consistently high and fluctuated erratically between 6.8 and 8.5. So we ended up testing the pH of water from 4 different deionized water faucets around the lab. Then we tested the pH of the same 4 sinks after 5 minutes of flushing. Wednesday, we did some research on the internet and found that we were unable to use the pH slips or the pH meter to accurately measure the pH of deionized water. So we needed an alternative method. Resistivity quantifies how strongly a given material opposes the flow of electric current. To measure resistivity, we would need a conductivity or resistivity meter, the corresponding cells, and the corresponding solutions, none of which our lab currently has. Right about now, we were wondering, now what? And then we found this. By using this fact from the published protocol for the production of PBS, we were able to indirectly measure the pH of deionized water. One method to add enough ions to our deionized water to correctly test its pH is by making PBS. Using that method, we came up with these results. In our research, we also discovered the USP Purified Water Test Protocol, and that told us to make a solution out of potassium chloride, which doesn't affect the pH of the water, in order to add enough ions to the water to test its pH correctly. These are our results. Good news is, there is nothing wrong with our water supply or faucets. Instead, there is evidently a gap in our collective knowledge of the materials being used, and thus an incompleteness of the procedures being followed while using them. Long story short, DDH2O is deionized, meaning it has no ions. So you should not expect an accurate pH reading of it alone, unless you have the devices necessary to measure either the water's resistivity or conductivity. To get an accurate reading of the water, use either the direct potassium chloride method or the indirect PBS method. Both involve a pH meter. Also, wait to test the pH balance of your PBS until after all the water has been added to ensure an accurate value. Thank you for seeking out and listening to the entirety of this presentation.